would it take for you to love a place? Would it be the cities? Or the tiny villages? The epic sights? Or the ordinary ones? Would it be the people? Or the people that have come before them? Just waking up this morning and getting ready to go out, I heard something outside my door, and look. The next part of my adventure through Pakistan was to basically go on a road trip from Karachi to Bahawalpur, another city 1 province away. This is my friend Munim, who went on the road trip with me. For most of the time, we were driving across the province of Sindh. Instead of taking the big highways, I wanted to take the little local roads. They're a lot slower, but you get to stop and see so many amazing places along the way. And of course, that's just what we did.
Driving through the countryside now, and we are just surrounded by golden fields of wheat. As far as you can see, it is so pretty. Come down to the Indus River right here. It's just amazing to be here in person because, you know, you hear so much about it in history books, and this is where so much of ancient history has happened, on the shores of this river. I think I'm gonna go in one of these little boats out onto the water.
For the next time around, for the next time around. But it wouldn't change. Do it all again.
Before we go any further, I should take you back to the beginning. I don't mean the beginning of my trip, or even the beginning of this country. I mean the beginning of human civilization, because it started right here in Pakistan.
Good morning, guys. Today I am at Mohenjo-Daro, the ancient city. This is one of the most ancient civilizations in the entire world, and at the time that it existed, it was the largest, most powerful civilization in the world, larger than ancient Egypt and larger than ancient Mesopotamia. This is going to be so amazing to explore all of this. You can just see the ruins all around me. It goes so far.
Chance on me knowing that I won't leave. Consequence of me being so in love with you. Oh Lord, don't let me down.
Something that is so amazing about this place is that there's still so much about it that is unknown and that is completely a mystery. There are ancient writings here, but no one knows what they mean. They remain untranslated since they were discovered in 1922. The mystery of it kind of gives it this allure, I guess. Besides being the first civilization as well as the most powerful at that time, Mohenjo-Daro also had one of the longest periods of peace in human history. Even people in ancient Egypt would have thought of Mohenjo-Daro as ancient history. Considering how old it is, it's really surprising just how advanced these people were and how they ran their society. So they did not have kings, they elected officials to govern the city and ran their civilization with democracy. Although there was a wall around the city, there were no armed forces, no soldiers, no army guarding their civilization. They were a very peaceful people. I am now down in all of the little streets of this city. This is beyond amazing. It's all around me. In a lot of areas of the city were these. This was where they would put trash and the public could put their trash there for it to be taken away. So this was probably a very clean city because it was built into the structure in a lot of points for them to keep it clean. Mohenjo-Daro was just remarkably advanced. They were masters of water, they had complex irrigation systems, flushable toilets, swimming pools. They actually had indoor plumbing running inside the walls of their houses. This is an original drainage system. This here is covered drainage along a larger street. Here amidst the city, this is debris, but this is amazing. These are the bricks. You can see pottery shards in here, and even this is bone. Here is bone. This is pottery, and this is a piece of pottery just right there. Behind me you can see the first swimming pool. It is 8 feet deep. The people of Mohenjo-Daro were obviously very, very intelligent. Unfortunately, their history and their knowledge, their language has been lost to us.
Falling for something, someone I used to know.
Mysteries about Mohenjo-Daro is why it ended, because it seemed to be flourishing, it was wealthy and powerful, and then all of a sudden it was just abandoned, and no one knows why. Around 40,000 people lived in Mohenjo-Daro, but only 44 skeletons have ever been found. People have looked for maybe a mass graveyard somewhere nearby, but if it exists, no one has found it yet. Leaving Mohenjo-Daro, the weather right now is just absolutely perfect. It's that sort of temperature where it's not hot, it's not cold, it's just absolutely perfect. It's kind of loud. We have stopped by the side of the road at this dates shop, and it smells so good right now. And there's fields over there. Gonna have some dates because apparently in this area it's very famous. They're very good, so can't wait to try.
Well, the dates were so good that I forgot to film eating them, and by the time I remembered, they were gone. From there, it was on to my next city in Pakistan, Bahawalpur, located in the province of Punjab.
I have come to Shahi Bazaar in Bahawalpur, and let's go see everything that is going on here because everything that I see is just fascinating and I want to stop at everything.
I'll give you all that you need for the next time around, for the next time around. We started fires with everything we felt, we fled for miles.
I've just met here Asfahan and her sister. Yes. We've been walking around the market a little bit. We are here for shopping. Oh, you're here for shopping, okay.
Yeah. For my cousin's wedding.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
It's so good to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.
So I just met her right now, right this very second. We were walking around the market for a bit together and talking, and I hope you can hear me here. She just came up to me and said hello, and we met that way, so that was so cool.
I love what I do now, but it wouldn't change. Do it all again.
people sweeping the streets here, and there's not even any trash left to be swept up, and they're still sweeping. I have just seen them making naan. They invited me to watch the entire process. This is the oven that it goes in, and it's making more back there now. And now I'm gonna eat the naan that I just saw being made. This is so cool. Okay, I have come to a tiny little local tea shop here, and they are making chai now. And I have my naan here. I can't wait to have some tea. That'll be awesome.
Non-sugar.
Thank you. This is like the coolest tea shop ever. I have just filmed the experience of making tea, and it is so beautiful. You should come here. The guy is so nice. He would not even let me pay for the tea. He insisted that it is free. He would not take money. He gave me cakes, just overwhelming me with so much. Yeah, great end to the visit to the market. And now I'm gonna head somewhere else. I don't even know yet, but let's go. Look where I am right now. I have just seen a lovely sound and light show here at the Noor Mahal. It is a palace. The story of this place is that there was a princess, and this entire place was built specifically for her, and after it was completed, she rode here in grand array, I am sure, and she stood at the rooftop. She looked out and surveyed the grounds and decided it wasn't for her. She didn't like it at all, and she would not even spend one single night here, so she left. And ever since, the palace has been used for employees and meetings, and now things like this behind me right now. This is a library. It looks like a little palace. Let's go inside. On the second floor of the library now, and it is so beautiful. There are over 300,000 books here. It was built in 1924. Outside of this library is a vintage Rolls Royce car, and this car has such a funny story behind it. So apparently the Nawab, the ruler of this area in the 1930s, traveled to London, and he was in the showroom of Rolls Royce looking to perhaps buy a car there, but he wasn't dressed in his king clothes, just in regular clothes. So based on this, the people in the showroom told him, "Sir, what are you doing here? You have to leave, get away from here, you don't belong here. You are not good enough to come in our showroom." So he left, and he went back to his kingdom, and he bought 2 Rolls Royces from Egypt, not from London, and he wore his kingly clothes and his sash and his crown and everything, and then he rode in the cars and used the cars to sweep the streets. He attached tons of brooms to them and sent the pictures back to London and to Rolls Royce, who saw this, and it got in the newspapers that now Rolls Royces are being used to clean the streets because of the insult to the king. So they sent an official apology and said, "We're sorry, please do not use our Rolls Royce cars to clean the streets." And that's the story of the car that's right over there. Just gotten to the Rawar Fort. It's huge from outside, surrounded in this ancient village, so I am so looking forward to exploring this place. This is my friend Munim.
Hi guys, how are you? We are exploring the Rawar Fort right now. This is near Bahalpur, and I'm guiding Jordan for this fort. So let's explore the fort together.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
On the balcony of a king, and he would actually watch from here and then order criminals to be executed, and from way up here standing over everyone give the order. Here now are the king's private quarters, and this is so beautiful in here. It's like a little palace.
We'll go from this way. You can see.
There's a hole in the ground that we're going in.
We'll be going inside from this way.
This is the first underground room that I'm seeing. It was an ammunition depot for the castle. So I was telling you guys how the king, known as the Nawab in this area, would be watching from his balcony as the criminals would be given the order of death. And this is where that would be happening. So this is where the criminals were executed, and the king would be watching from just a short while away, right up there on his balcony. We have just come through a gate, and now these are the quarters of the army that was defending the fort. And these here are some of their rooms. This is where they lived.
Let me show you an amazing thing.
Yeah.
This is the area for air, and it crossed from there. You can see.
Oh.
That is the point.
Oh, that's so cool.
For cross ventilation.
And it goes all the way.
Yeah.
I just imagine the soldiers from so long ago, you know, sitting in this room and maybe leaning against the window to catch the breeze, discussing maybe a siege that was about to happen or battles that they had fought in the past. This is so cool. This fort did act as a city. There's a village outside. Whenever the village was under attack or in danger, all of the villagers would come inside the fort. So there's a justice department here, police sort of matters. It's pretty fancy. Look at and also on the roof up there.
The Rawar Fort is unquestionably one of the most magnificent that I've ever seen. But tragically, it is today falling into ruin. It is in danger of collapsing within the next decade. Visitors who have returned after only 10 years say that they're absolutely shocked at the rapid deterioration of its condition. Hopefully something is done to repair the fort soon, before it's too late.
Sitting here with Sajar and Iftikhar, and they are having a picnic.
Come to visit this place from Karor Pakka, 2.5 hours from this place.
Oh, okay. So good to meet you. And thank you for the. What do you have there? He has beans, so many.
Pali.
So to be able to tell you guys exactly when this fort was built is a bit complicated. The original fort was built in the 9th century by a Hindu Raja, and it thrived for quite some time because it wasn't until 1732 that it was conquered by the Nawabs. So everything that you see above the ground that I have shown you was built by the Nawabs, but everything below the ground, which is mostly collapsed and in deteriorating condition, was built by the Hindu Rajas. There's actually some guys playing cricket out here beside the fort. Cricket outside the fort. This is really weird to hear my voice because there's one of my videos playing on their phone.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Now they press play on my video again. I hear my voice as I walk away.
I will be stopping with my love because I can. And just when you think that you might.
Just the most amazing experience right now. We have come to a local village and all of these houses here are made of mud. I have just met the local family and the man's wife who is making these very, very beautiful, beautiful bolts of fabric, and apparently they take over a year to make, and they're so intricate, the design, and just everything here is so beautiful, and I'm just so in love with this place. The sun is setting and going down, and actually this entire village is quite large and it's owned by one family, and they live beside the fort. This is just, I don't know, I just love it so much and I don't want to go. It's so beautiful. Okay, but I have to go. I just said bye to them. I want to stay here. The time at this village was short. I am so sad to leave, but I just wanted to kind of say that I feel like a misconception when I show you guys some of these types of places is I get in the comments a lot of time, oh, these people are so poor, and you know, that's just inside of our own perceptions of the world and of our own living conditions in our own daily life, but that is not always the case. So here, this village was owned by just one family, and it's huge. I don't know how many buildings, but I don't know, maybe like 20 buildings. It's just an enormous area, and it's all owned by only one family, and they have plenty of food, they have their own animals, and they have, if you noticed, a huge satellite. So they have satellite TV, they have all the channels, more channels than I do, you know? I'm a traveler, I don't have any channels, so yeah, just thought that I would let you know. And now we are off to, where are we off to?
Like with everywhere so far in Pakistan, in Bahawalpur I met so many people who were so friendly and welcoming. It is really so easy to make friends in Pakistan. I don't think that you could prevent it if you tried. Even when we were just at a gas station, I happened to see a police vehicle with a female police officer, and I just had to go over and talk to her.
Oh my gosh, guys, the person that I have just met, a female police officer, and she was So cool. She's so awesome. She was tinier than me, probably about 5'4". She was so cool. I wasn't allowed to interview her, but I do have some shots of her that I can put in the video, and it was just great to meet her. So off camera, I asked her why she decided to become a police officer, and her answer was super to the point and practical. She said she needed a job. And then I also asked her how it is to be a woman when I think pretty much everybody else in her field is a man. She said, and also her comrades said as well, that there's really no matter of that. It's not a distinction. They don't view her as the only female police officer. She doesn't view herself like that. It's just that she is a police officer, and so are her comrades as well. So yeah, it was really awesome to see. Apparently it is rare in Pakistan for there to be female police officers, but they do exist. Oh, it is so hot outside. So guys, we have just come from seeing this place where women are making handicraft shawls and scarves and things, and they gave me this. It is so beautiful, all handmade, and it takes them 15 days to make one of these. And it's just a way of empowering the women in the area, and they are earning their own money and working. This is turning into such an amazing trip, and what an amazing place. I will see you in the next adventure. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Oh, Lord.